looking here at a National Hunt bred thoroughbred foal. He's got a really good bold head on him with a good eye, well set on neck, good shoulder, nice and deep for a foal. But I'd like you to look towards his back end. He's pretty slopey behind. His tail is fairly low set on. And most noticeable is his hind leg. We're going to take a close-up of this. Now this is a capped hock. It is not a conformational fault from birth, but it is a trauma to the hock that has left it with an unsightly lump on the back of its hock, which can go down a little, but never usually goes completely. We're looking at a pair of front fetlocks and pasterns that are turning out. They look quite obviously quite weak, and this is something we really wouldn't want to have in a competition horse if we can help it. We've got to remember that sometimes horses look poor and they change dramatically when in condition and well fed. The horse on the left arrived at ours looking like that from the field. Within about 6 months, he's transformed to the horse on the right with a good top line, deep body, powerful back end, and is now a successful racehorse again. Always remember as well that hair can hide a lot on the horse, the miniature horse at the top, and on the bottom right, transformed into the miniature show horse on the left. And you can just see that you've got to remember that they can be beautiful under all that hair. It can hide a lot. Here's some example of horses' heads. This is a Roman nose, not the most attractive of heads, but it's often described as a very noble head and a genuine head. And these two have kind eyes. The other extreme, we're going to look at an Arab head. We see this dished head in Arabs, also in Welsh ponies, not to quite the same extent. It can look very beautiful, and they are very beautiful horses. I'd like to put this in earlier, but I've found it now. It's examples of hind leg conformation from the back. Take time to have a quick look at those. So we're going to see an example of hind leg movement that is incorrect on the next video. And he would be a cow-hocked horse. So he's going to show here what happens. He's a pretty bad platter, is this horse from the back. And although we're trying to build him up, no amount of build-up is really going to improve that hind leg action. This is an example of dishing. I tried to find a video, dishing from the front, whereas the horse's legs come outwards as opposed to being in a straight line. It's not something I like, and I would avoid this in a show horse, or to be honest, any horse or pony that I was looking to buy that was perhaps to sell on. It is a weakness, and it can cause unnecessary strain on all the joints of the horse, the knee, the fetlock, and it can result in horses having splints and all sorts of problems. It's worth noting, though, that Lady Buttons is actually quite an example of a horse that does dish when she trots, and quite clearly it hasn't held her back in her racing career. So just because I wouldn't buy one doesn't mean if I had one already that it can't still be a successful competition horse. I'm just going to finish off today's talk with some before and after photos, because people do like seeing a bit of a transformation and how to spot a diamond in the rough. Pony on the left was bought at Ballinasloe Horse Fair in Ireland, a little Section A type coloured, and he went on to be a really successful ridden coloured pony, as you can see on the photos of the right hand side. This horse is a cob bought by my sister-in-law. Look at him on the left in the raw, and look what a great topped up cob he turned into on the right, with a lovely front, great head, and he did very well in the ring. Here's another one that I bought, a little gypsy type pony, but with a bit of quality on the left. That was him in the spring, and he turned into a very good type of coloured showing pony, and look how quality he is. Nice bit of feather, but a good stamp altogether. He did very well. Here's a before and after of another native type coloured pony. That was him on the advert. I bought him from the left, and on the right hand side that's him in the ring. He had a very good career under saddle, going to Horse of the Year show, and he did very well. He did very well at dressage as well, because he was well put together and moved well. This is a Connemara. I bought out the field on the left in Ireland when he was 3 years old, and he matured into that good looking working hunter pony on the right that ended up winning at Hickstead. He's still going strong at the age of 21 and competing at top level. So to finish off, this is just a reminder that everybody's ponies and horses aren't perfect, including mine. And I think we've got to all learn that we work with what we have. If we're looking to buy in the future, to go to any sort of higher level in competition, eventing, dressage, show jumping, showing, whatever we're looking for, it's good to be able to pick out these faults and recognise the fact that the best conformation of movement with a horse usually results in it staying sound for its competitive career. And if we can avoid any of the most obvious faults, it can only help us going forwards. A well put together horse is easier generally to train and stays sound longer. Thank you.